Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another sorry, that's live, the OSR tabletop live stream with myself, DM Bloodworth, or just Bloodworth, for the purpose of this live stream. But welcome. This is a new thing that I'm looking to do on a fairly regular basis, and that is to do weekly wrap ups of my week in the past, my past gaming activities, and do these on a fairly frequent time frame of Wednesdays at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. And we already have one of my players, Mirador. Hey, how's it going, Mirador? Good to see you. Yeah, so I'm planning on doing these on a fairly um, on a weekly basis, hopefully, and see how those go, because I think it's been such a very busy last week and a half or so that I just wanted to keep people up to date on the amount of content that's going to be coming out, and what we've already covered so far. So great to see you here, and I welcome. I know this is a new. I didn't put up too much notice for this. There will be more notice in the future. I will probably start drafting what I'm going to cover in the video on the live stream, probably Sunday, evenings, and that way you'll have from Sunday until Wednesday at noon to kind of prepare for it. So, without further ado, let me jump to my banners. And of course, anyone is welcome to jump in if they wish to. I will throw that invite out there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's like as my medication for the asthma and everything kind of is tapering off, I'm starting to get the cough back again. So please bear with that as well. So there's a link if anybody wants to jump in and talk about their week in gaming as well. But let's go to our first banner. So this is spanning from the week of May 13th to May 19th. So this is already 3 days beyond that closing date, and that's what I'm going to continue doing over over the course of the next couple of weeks to see how this live stream goes, and how people are engaging with it, or enjoying with it. If you think that it's unnecessary after I've run it for a few weeks, then feel free to jump in there and say, you know what, your regular content is enough, or can you change the date on this and make it a different noon? Because noon for any day of the week is fine for me. I typically don't leave for work until 1 o'clock, and that's only 3 days a week. So I can certainly put this in there, and I will try to keep these short as well. So these will most definitely be under 45 minutes, or at 45 minutes nearly exactly. So during that week of May 13th through the 19th, I had 6 videos, 3 live streams, including 2 live stream interviews in which I interviewed Eric Tankar with Don Zamora and Joseph Block, and then 2 shorts along the way. I'll probably do a short later on this afternoon as well, as I'm sitting in my car ready to walk into work. So yes, it was a very productive weekend, something like 11 uploads during the course of that week. And so that was, that was a really jam-packed week. And I knew it. I predicted that the month of May was going to be a big month for videos, for a variety of reasons. Like, I'm expecting Kickstarters to arrive. I'm expecting to get some purchases that I made. Like, I'm expecting to get Deadlands box set by May 25th. So that will be something that will become a video onto its own as well. And I'm hoping to bring and I'm saying this now, I'm hoping to bring the CEO of Pinnacle Games in to talk about the things that they're making for Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, as well as other projects they may have outside of that particular edition as well. So looking to set up that interview, and that would be really awesome because that'll be the first time that I have somebody who is a I mean, no, I should correct that because I've had Stephen Chenault on my channel from Troll Lord Games. So, but Pinnacle is another, you know, fairly big publisher, and so to have the CEO of a fairly big publisher on the channel as well, would be great. So that has been my, my video schedule so far over the past week, and I am going to actually go through and do that, cover those in a little bit more detail so that you can see which videos I'm actually speaking about. So I am going to share, let's share screen, and I am going to go to that there. And so I'm going to share. So this is my, oh, let's make sure that you're looking at it. Yes, you are. All right. So so these are the videos that I'm talking about. So these are the ones that ran from the 13th on through to the 19th. So this was really the 12th when I talked about my upcoming May and prep period. So I did a video on Mothership. I did Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, the physical copy, which arrived. I did a Fallout upload, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Fallout 4 and why I upload these. A Shadow Dark winner of the OGL win. That was my biggest video of the week. Shadow Dark gameplay rolling dice, and then this one I believe comes after the thing. So this was the first video of the next week. This was Monday or so. And then I have my lives, and the two live streams that came into play is Eric Tankar and Don Samura's interview, followed by Joseph Block's interview. That was Sunday and Monday night. So channel's doing really well. Approaching, and I'm going to talk about that as well, approaching new milestones, and I'm going to break from probably the usual tradition of milestones, and I'm going to take a fairly odd one to look at, but it's cool. It's in there. I think the last time I checked, the channel is at $32.95 as far as membership is concerned. $32.95, $32.94, somewhere in there. Let's see, $32.95. All right, so doing well. I mean, I'm really happy with the pace of growth, and but super happy with the engagement. People coming in and watching the videos. Possibly with the exception of my Fallout 4 videos, they're actual gameplay, and I'm such a noob at it. I've had the game for like a decade. I never really put any real time into it, and so I'm just throwing them out there and just keeping that connection of computer role-playing games connected to my channel, because my channel is open to discussion with other role-playing games other than just tabletop role-playing games. So so I'm going to continue putting those up there because I enjoy them. I don't care if they get 34 views or 50 views or even 10 views. That's not why I put them up there. I'm not putting them up there to to generate views. I'm putting them up there because I just like putting it out there, and people can watch me, and they can make fun of my gameplay. They can give me helpful tips. That would be great. And or otherwise they can just watch it and forget it or whatever. Like I said, I'm still going to put them up there. I still have like another 2 videos to upload. And I'll wait for, usually weekends. I'll put those up on the weekends on a fairly regular basis. Next, I wanted to talk about so my Tuesday night game of last week, and if Mirador is still here, he can pop in or leave some comments talking about this. But so Tuesday night game night is for me. It was Castles and Crusades. That's the only campaign I am currently running. We did weekly session 21. We did not do last Tuesday night because I had or was it the previous week? I'm not even sure, but we did weekly session 21. This is set in Gary Gygax's Castle Zajic Igsburg setting, and the player party is currently, it's 6 players, and they're currently between 4th and 5th level now, and they are pursuing the quest of somehow gaining access to the Dark Chateau. All right, the Dark Chateau is an adventure that was written by Robert Kuntz, and I'm using it as a precursor because lore-wise, it was a precursor to the Castle Zajic. And so the player characters are trying to seek access to this because there is some kind of a connection that they're trying to piece together, and see how their adventures kind of either have this like common thread amongst them, or is Castle Zajic some kind of a pending doom, or is there some kind of a pending doom where the answers will be found in Castle Zajic? They just kind of know that Castle Zajic is going to play a prominent role in their adventuring, but they haven't quite come across the discovery of that connection. And so their campaign, and we're now 22 weeks, we just ran last night's game, we're now 22 weeks into the campaign, and they're starting to pick up those breadcrumbs, right? They're starting to get those little pieces that will start to come together, and hopefully it will lead them to kind of a theme for their, let's say, main adventure, and yet they still have the flexibility to go about their own desires and goals and such as well. So it's not meant to be a major theme that they must engage in during a certain time frame. Otherwise, there's some on the clock pending doom that I've already planned out to occur. I'm waiting still to see where they take the campaign as well. So that's been a really great experience, to allow them the ability to kind of shift whatever plans I have, and all of my plans have been fairly short-term plans with not quite a fully developed overarching campaign theme yet. So it's going to be cool. The only thing I've told them so far is that they do know that the Castle Zajic, which is a mega dungeon, is going to play prominently in their adventuring. Now, I had this discussion with Joe Block during the interview, where I said, even though you have a mega dungeon, it doesn't mean that you're not going to go into that mega dungeon and run all 13 or 17 floors of that dungeon consecutively for the next 2.5 years. You may go into it, perform a specific task, leave it, adventure for the next 6 months, have another reason to go back to back to Castle Zajic and do something else, and so on and so forth. So it will be a location for them to occasionally visit, should their own desired adventures kind of take them there. So last night's episode was really cool. I was, hoping everybody would come. Unfortunately, one of the players wasn't able to make it. He wasn't feeling well, but it was a real challenge. I'm going to save that for next week. All right. But once again, the players kind of, one of the players kind of predicted what they were up against, and he was like, "Oh boy, this is going to be pretty nasty," and it potentially was. So we'll get back to that. Like I said, next week we'll do the recap of that, or I might do a totally separate recap video of just the campaign as well, because I know a lot of people really enjoy those. So I might separate that and just do that. Let's see what else. So I have been pushing on my channel now, the whole idea of of conventions and running at conventions, and not just going to conventions, but that's awesome too. And you should definitely try to get yourself out to conventions if you haven't done that, either recently or yet. But I've really been focusing on, running several games at conventions, for every convention that I go to now, and I've pretty much slotted myself in for between 4 and 5 conventions that I will do every single year. And at those conventions, I like to run either a new system for myself, or systems that I've been running for quite some time, but with adventures that I've written myself. And so I am currently working on converting an adventure that I wrote for Conan 2D20, called The Shards of Ymir, to Shadow Dark. And that is for the purpose of being able to publish it. And I'm looking to put this thing together, reformat the whole adventure, and then publish it, on DriveThruRPG, as well as, even if I have to print them out separately, I'll print out some gift copies of the Shards of Ymir out to either my membership, that is membership of my channel, or at conventions, the players sitting at the table. I will be running the Shards of Ymir Shadow Dark edition of the game adventure at conventions beginning in January. So not the first one, not Philadelphia area game expo, because I'm already slotted for running a different Shadow Dark game there, but I'm certainly looking to do it for the conventions moving forward from there. So definitely Rising Phoenix, and probably later on ShireCon and AutoCon and any other convention that I go to following January of 2025. So let me show you what I'm talking about here, so I can just get it out there. And I am going to share again. So share screen, and now I'm going to click on this one here, and I'm going to share. So this is what I'm talking about. This is an adventure that I wrote back in 2017, Shards of Ymir. And as you can see, it still has the tag on it, inspiration from the contributors of Google Plus Conan RPG Group and Modifius Entertainment. And this was written using the quick start rules for Shadow Dark. For Conan 2D20. So it was still just using the rules that were still in beta. So that's how old this adventure was. And as you can see, I used a format here where I had the player's introduction and a map that I pulled off the internet of the area that they're basically in, and then the GM notes. And the GM notes are basically just involving the game mechanics that are going to apply to the scene that is being described in the section. And converting this to Shadow Dark is going to work very, very similar, It's just that I was running into issues with this format. To change, even some of these passages and everything, you're going to see the formatting errors. Now, when I reproduce this, I'm obviously going to use art that is authorized to use. I mean, personal use, and that's one thing, but I'm going to be looking to get either free art or artists that I can afford to use and put this thing together. But as you can see, there's these little boxes in here that are information boxes that are, again, the game rules and mechanics that are going to be used for each of those. We have, the same thing here, but then you have some GM notes on other elements of the aspect. This this adventure has a core mechanic to it of utilizing momentum in order to catch up with the adversary NPC party that already has a head start on the player character group. And so that's something that I wanted to design, and it actually works extremely well in a convention setting because your players are much more willing to take risks in convention play, and that is what that whole concept that I'm using for having them take the riskier routes in order to shave off the pacing time that is in between the rivals who have about six scenes ahead of them, and the goal is for them to get within one scene of each other, which means they will spot them, and then with momentum spends, they will be able to catch up with them and engage with them, and choose whichever way they're going to engage with them. They can either attack them or work with them or whatever, and see where they go with that. But as you can see, as I was going through this and everything, you can see the formatting still starts to fall apart with using that template. I mean, sometimes it looks great, and then other times it just messes up. Like I didn't want, we're not seeing it quite yet. I didn't want this wraparound, and to try to get this this passage underneath the awareness check here is one of the problems that I was having. So that's one thing. And then there was another formatting issue where the image, which actually it doesn't look terrible here, but the image actually ended up going underneath the other template formatting there and kind of messed it up. So, I mean, this ended up over here instead of down over here, but you can see all of the elements that are included in, the adventure, and the various, step-by-steps and epilogue and all of that stuff. It is a full written out adventure. I just have to reformat it. I have to change what the bestiary is. I have to make it for Shadow Dark, which is going to be a fairly easy thing to do. I actually had to make these templates for Conan 2D20. I won't have as much of an issue with Shadow Dark because it's very easy to just cut and paste those monster blocks. And then this is an NPC, and the NPC cards for Shadow Dark are much easier to reproduce. And then the final part. So, as you can see, it's more of a retyping and formatting issue than it is actually a writing issue. So I do anticipate having this project rewritten, the rules swapped out, some new rules added to Shadow Dark in order to get that kind of momentum system working. Shadow Dark does give out luck points, and I'm going to convert that system a little bit, homebrew it basically for use with not just this, but probably any time that I run Shadow Dark, I'm going to use that that system that I'm creating with it. Um, it'll be basically like an advantage pool where a player can still only have 3 luck points, let's say, but in any excess ones that they do earn, they can put that in the pool overall. And then if there's a challenge that the whole party needs to be successful, um, with the expenditure of 1 luck point per party member, even if it's taken from the pool, it will automatically advance that success forward without, unless someone like fumbles or something like that, and then the success will require even more luck points in order to contribute to it. But for the most part, I think that it's something that I could certainly have done by by July, and ready to put out there, and I will reach out to some people. I've been using Tom Wilson's The Slumbering City um, for a lot of inspiration, and I'm going to reach out to Tom, and um, I will ask him for his advice on how to set this whole thing up, and and see how we can go from there. But I'm really looking forward to starting to write again and get even more new ideas and new adventures out there, primarily using Shadow Dark going forward for convention play. So that's that. And now I am going to move on to, and again, if anybody has any comments or anything you want to jump in, the link is there if you want to jump in and talk. Talk about your own gaming from the last week. So last thing that I was going to bring up is that a channel milestone celebration. So I'm not using a whole number here. I just figured, hey, it's pretty cool. Probably within a month, probably less than 2 months, the channel will hit 33 subscribers. And so I'm planning on doing some, a live stream for that event and everything. And then the next big one, which I think algorithmically, the YouTube will tick something else into gear, will be at 3,500. But I just thought the 3333 is pretty cool. Only happens once in every 1,000, so I'll probably do 3,500, and then I'll do 4,000 and 4,000, and then 44, and keep on doing that moving forward. And as I do have stuff to give away, I will keep on giving away stuff going forward once the channel hits those milestones. So really looking forward to that as well. I'm in high gear for the rest of 2024 with the conventions that I have coming up. So really focused on running the games that I will be running at those conventions at the highest level that I can do, and then planning for 2025 has already begun. And I will be a special guest at Philadelphia Area Game Expo, and we'll be running 3 game sessions while I'm there. One on Thursday night, which is exclusive to those people that have bought gold badges, and and will be present for those. And then the other 2 nights, which will be Friday night and Saturday night. I usually leave around Sunday morning or so. I think I'm going to be sitting in on a game Sunday morning. So I'll probably look to leave around 1 o'clock on Sunday, and hopefully get home by 5. So that'll be fine. But really looking forward to the remainder of this year, and already, as I said, planning on 2025. That's kind of like the new reality for me now, is that I'm I'm starting to plan things, 6, 8 months ahead, and and trying to continue to bring, content to the channel that that you all want to see, and as I'm picking up these game systems along the way, and doing the breakdowns on them and everything, I'm really encouraged by the amount of engagement the channel has been getting, from you all coming in and leaving your comments, or saying, hey, can you look at this specific thing, or can you look at this, game product. I've had some people actually reach out and say, hey, I'm going to send you a review copy. I've never done that before, and I am, not quite sure how to how to approach that. Um, I'm going to just, when I get those kinds of items, I'm going to clearly state this is a review copy that was sent to me. All right. So I will make that very, very clear right up front. And then I will start doing my page through like I do everything else. It will be unscripted. It will be, unchained. If I come across something that is that I'm scratching my head on, like confused, I'm going to say, this is kind of weird. Hopefully you'll come in here and explain it. Um, and then if there's something that, I just don't like, an element of it, I just don't like, I'm going to say that as well. That's how I will review that copy. If it's something that I really, really do enjoy, then I will actually buy it. All right. Even though I have a review copy, I would still buy it. And I would give the review copy away, as a channel gift, to a member and everything, because I do believe in supporting great games, and supporting publishers that are great people, and really pushing the OSR and the indie game industry forward. And like I said, I support people that are making great games, and even if I have it, I will buy it again, just to show them that support. So I'm going to wrap this up. That way, I can leave for work a little bit early, and get a live stream going on. Not a live stream, but a quick thing there. So once again, thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you on the gaming screen sometime soon, or at a convention even sooner. Convention schedule. My next convention, actually, let me do that before I depart. So let me do tabletop. Tabletop events. So I will show you my schedule coming up. So let's see. Nope, not that. Invite, not invite. Present. Sorry about that. Share screen. My conventions. So the next one coming up is AutoCon 3, and this is a one-day convention, June 8th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It is in Pleasant Valley, New York. It is at the James Baird State Park, 14 Maintenance Lane, Pleasant Valley, New York, 12569. And I am running, let's see, events I'm hosting. So I will be running the Slumbering City. Which is Shadow Dark, which is what I was talking about. And already somebody signed up. So I already have one person signed up for that. And we'll see what more. And then following that, let's go back to my conventions. I signed up for Now I'm only playing in this. This is a virtual con. This is this is SavageRifts.com, and this is July 18th through the 21st. This is a virtual con, and I will be playing in a number of games here. Let's see if I have my schedule up yet. Yes, I have signed up for 4 games. I've signed up for a Savage Risks No Zealot Like a Convert. I signed up for 9 Worlds Jumpstart Adventure, Savage Worlds, the Black Savage Rifts, the Black Death, and All That Glitters. So 4 different game sessions that I will be playing in. I'm not running anything that convention. And then finally, let's go and see. Then there is ShireCon. All right. And at ShireCon, I will be, my schedule is, it's not full yet. So let's see, hosting, submissions. So at ShireCon, I am running two different game sessions. I am running Shards of Ymir Conan 2D20. And then I'm running a Whiskey Creek Runs Red, Gangbusters BX. Both of these adventures I wrote myself. Whiskey Creek Runs Red is already on my drive-through RPG, so you can find that under RCell Gaming or RCell Games Publishing. That's the thing. You can get the link in the links description there and get that adventure. And maybe I'll talk to Tom and see if I can get my Shadow Dark Shards of Ymir done by the summertime. Then I might look to switch this and change this to Shadow Dark instead of Conan 2D20. But we'll see how that works out. So and I hope that actually went and showed the different submissions. I think it did. So anyway, so there. Now I'm going to wrap this up. So thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will get rid of this here. So I hope you enjoyed this live stream. And as always, feel free to comment. Drop a line in there saying something you want me to take a look at, or you're always welcome to join in as well. So my live streams are open forums. You can pop in and chat about virtually anything you wish to that is obviously gaming related, but certainly welcome to do so. So you all have a great rest of your day and take care.